Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing Atalik in the 3-minute pool on ICC. Alright, it's about 12 hours till the chess.com Blitz Battle qualifier. I need to get warmed up. I haven't played in several days, so I'm going to play some 3-minute games and just try to focus on my speed almost exclusively. I don't even really care about the quality of these games. I want to accustom myself to the 3-minute time control because I've struggled with this time control in the past. If you guys watch my videos, you'll know I've mentioned this before. 3-minute is like the bane of my existence. Because I find it difficult to talk and also play a sensible game at the same time when you basically have to play it more like bullet than blitz. And we have a tough opponent right off the bat in Atalik. Let's see what he does. Bishop into h3 or no? Looks like he's going to just castle, play it pretty safe. Okay, let's put the bishop out on g5. I guess I'd be willing to swap everything off on e7 if allowed. He can't play knight takes d5 because of pawn takes. Okay, let's play this normal-looking move, getting ready for b4. Trying to open the b file. I think I can play it right away. Yeah, let's do it. Likely he'll play b6 in reply. Although then I have b5. The knight is forced away and he'll lose e7. So he already has a couple things to think about. I can do this, right? How do you avoid losing an exchange here? Because if knight takes d5 again, pawn takes is a fork. I guess he can play bishop takes. Bishop takes, knight takes. And I have a strong light square bishop. Oh no, but then he'll lose e7 all the same. I think he's losing material here. And I've got a lot of extra time. Let's see if he comes up with anything tricky. He is going to take with a bishop, so yeah, I'm pretty sure I can just play this. If that knight moves away, knight takes e7. Okay, knight d4. Doesn't matter too much which way we take. So let's not waste time on things that don't matter. Actually, I'm going to throw this check in just to see if he blocks, and then maybe I can go e3 even. Let's play e3 straight away. Just kick that knight out. And then I'm going to take here and play f4. I am going to take this way to open the file. I know his knight can get back in here, but I think with rook e1 coming and me being able to take over the file, f3 is always covered by the bishop. I like this situation. So we've afforded him a strong knight here, but if I can play like queen e3, queen e7, I should be on my path to converting an advantage right here. Gotta watch out for knight c2, though, in the short term. So let's not completely shoot ourselves in the foot. He's going for g5. Why don't we just put a stop to that? Yeah, let's play that move. Lock up the position. Okay, now I'm going to bring this over here. Covering the c2 square in preparation for queen e3. Let's do this. Okay, we're going to come here. I feel like I should play this move. Otherwise, he may lock up things entirely, won't he? Guess I always have a4, a5, but now let's do this. Try to open some lines on the king side. He's beginning to play fast. Okay, let's do that. I know he can play rook e8 and try to take control of the file, but what can you do? He's ahead on the clock now, but we're not going to panic. Just put our king here. I don't really care if he takes this h-pawn. Rook e8 might be good, though. Rook e8 I would care about. Okay. Guess we got to go here. To bring his rook into e2. Not sure I should have allowed that. So at least by forcing him to play rook e2, he didn't have knight e2. Silver lining. Could take this pawn if he wants. He does. Let's look for a swap. Ah, he has that anyways, okay. Yeah, I got to take now. I think I got to trade, even though I would not like to. I would like to avoid it, that is. Ooh, this is going to be ugly. Okay, we're going to go for counterplay involving this somehow, but he can check g4 maybe? No. Okay, he's going to go for the pawn here. Guess I got to block this way. Let's go here. Ah, queen takes h4 mate. I only looked at queen g4. Whoa, he missed it too. What's up with this? Check. I think this is suddenly a draw. Yeah, check. Don't think I'm in a great position to win this, so I'm not going to risk it. Draw. All right, so poor technique there at the end. I think when he started playing, what was it? Bishop h6, back to g7, queen d8, bishop f6. I should have figured out a better way to try to break through his defenses. Because as played, maybe h5 wasn't such a great idea. I was worried he would completely lock up the position, and I would have trouble winning the game. But he got a ton of counterplay. I was not happy about that. And he missed mate in 1, too, in this position after queen f7. Queen takes h4, checkmate. I almost played queen f8, but then bishop g7, and I have no more checks. But in retrospect, that would have been better. Okay, no matter. We are continuing onward, trying to improve my speed. So let's see who we get next. I'm curious how the first several rounds will shake out with a 3+0 time control tomorrow, because just the fact that there's no increment, like anything could happen, really. I mean, you're still betting heavily on the favorites if you're a betting man or woman. But I think with 3+0, you're going to see some crazy flags, some positions that are completely winning for one side where the other one just relies exclusively on the clock, and rightly so, because the clock is a big asset in 3-minute chess. Anything else of note in this game? No, it looks like he just missed that after b5, he is losing coordination. His knights will not be connected anymore. He'd love to play just knight d8, but knight takes e7 is going to win the exchange for white. So black had to bail out. But then Atalik, this guy's very experienced, Suat Atalik. And he knows that in a bad position, you can't just play slowly and try to work your way back into the position. You want to play fast, quick, present your opponent with problems. And he did exactly that with this g takes h5 followed by h4 idea. Eventually infiltrating. Did I have anything right at the end? Love to play bishop f3, but that's not working. Yeah, I wasn't going to risk it with less time than my opponent. Yeah, perpetual. I could play queen e8 or queen f7 here. In fact, both lines lead to a perpetual. Okay, it is taking an unusual amount of time to get a game, so let's take a look at a high-rated game. Whoa, what is this? This looks like Fisher Random or something. Let's look at a different game. Artmic versus Marius 1. It is a little bit after midnight, so the pool might be dead on ICC at the moment. A triangle opening in this game. e6 followed by c6. White playing e4. There's some theory in this line, quite a bit of theory, in fact. Black is heavily outrated, but seems to be holding their own. White could have played queen takes d8, getting 2 rooks for the queen, although they probably didn't like their coordination after that. Now knight takes d1 has to be played, attacking the queen, or queen takes e6 check could be played. Also in between move. Maybe white should have done that. Okay, after waiting forever, we finally get paired against Oseledets, 1891. We're going with g6 on move 1. Maybe a Gingy Indian? Maybe we have a chance? Looks like it. Okay, I love this opening. This is a fun one. I don't know if I'll be uncorking it tomorrow, but g4. Okay, and he hits me with a gambit back. All right, that's all right. I'm just going to play d6. See if he takes this. He does. I think I can take that. No queen a4, trying to win material or anything. Let's let him take on g4 if he wants, but he's going to be persistent. Okay, I guess we'll take here. So yeah, he's going to get the knight to g5. That's a bit irritating, so I'm going to take some measure against that. So if he ever brings the knight into e6, I can trade it with knight to c7. Not thrilled about my knight being on c7. Usually you'd prefer to get it to like b6 in this line. But out of necessity, I will play this way. It's castle. At least white really can't consider castling kingside. That move I just blundered. Did not see that at all. Okay. Now I'm going to focus on my extra pawn compared to black, or compared to white, and my compact structure. Not worry about the fact that I just lost an exchange for close to nothing. He does have this question where to put his king. He should probably put it on f2. He could castle queenside, but he's a bit open over there. Okay, rook g1. E5, rook f8. Let's go with rook f8. Just waiting and seeing what he does with this king. He wants to attack this guy. Okay. I'm going to go here. Let's see if he wants to play an endgame where he has double isolated c-pawns. So I'll take with the queen. I'm not going to pre-move this capture because that would be a really bad idea if he doesn't take en passant. Pre-moving queen takes e6. Not recommended. E3. I can invade on h3 or over to a4. Both are tempting. I'm going to tuck my king away. I love moves like this. In fast time controls, you keep a little mystery about the position. Let's play a5, just stop the a-pawn. Now this rook may have to babysit that pawn. Let's bring this in. Threatening knight g3. He can trade, though. That's annoying. I underestimated that. I think I have to trade, unfortunately. I'm going to go there, but he can put a rook on f1. And then I have to play this move next. Potentially ugly. Now, if he just doubles, what am I going to do? I have to play h6 and try to free myself? That's not looking fun. H6 or e4 check. I'm going to bring the king over first. Maybe we can build a fortress. I'll try. Try something. I'm almost in Zugzwang, though. This is bad. I'm really not liking this. Bring the bishop back to g5. Pawn g5 he's going to play. Okay, so he's going to invade on h7 next. Let's give a check here first. Or f7, I mean, he's going to invade on. Okay, we'll try our best to coordinate. Bring a knight to e5. At least that way we'll be guarding the invasion square f7. He could still bring a rook into f8. I might even be losing this pawn. Maybe after rook takes h7, I can play king c8. Maybe that's not so bad. That's still pretty bad. Maybe not losing. Let's do that first. So we're going to go here. He can just take. I'm like completely missing stuff today. Well, get it out of your system right now, John, right? I can barely move here. This is really bad. Now I gotta go here, guard against rook a8, checkmate. He might take the draw because he's gonna go for it. Well, now this rook gets trapped, though. What does he do? I kind of do not want to trade. I'm going to go here and try to bring my king up. Although king b7, he has rook b5 check, so I can't do that quite yet. Let's play this move. I have a feeling he's not sure what to do, and he's about to flag, so win for us. Let's just go here. I know he can play bishop d4, but keep our king safe. We'll flag him. Go for the classy flag. Okay. So we somehow survived, wormed our way out of that one. Where did it go wrong? Well, this gambit line, just my luck, someone's prepared against the Xinji Indian. Knows how to play in gambit style against this opening with g4, take, and then h3. It's not a bad idea, because if this knight gets to work its way into g5 and then try to get into e6 thereafter, it's on a nice outpost. And I blundered castle's knight f7. Completely missed that he's forking my 2 rooks. But truth be told, I don't think the position is that great for me anyways around here. I should probably play knight c7, but if I can't castle for the moment, I think white has good compensation. Okay, so let's enter the pool again. Seemed to me that he really could have turned the screws just by doubling a move sooner than he did. Right here, king d3 is unnecessary. Why does he have to play that move? He could just play rook f2 or rook f3, get ready for rook f1, and my king does not make it over in time. Let's say rook f2, king c8, rook gf1, king d7, bishop takes f6, wins a piece. So had he played rook f2, I might have had to play knight d7 in reply and offer a trade, but that would be trivially winning for white, I think. Rook takes f8, knight takes f8, rook f1, knight d7, rook f7, attacking d7 and h7. I guess I could try to go win the a-pawn, but nah, rook takes h7, he'll be pinning my knight soon. Let me just show you that while we're waiting here. So going ahead just a little bit. So if he had played this, I can't bring my king over because of that, winning a piece. So I have to get out of the pin straight away. So let's say, oops, did not mean to do that either. So rook f2, I'd have to play knight d7. And then rook takes f8, knight takes f8, rook f1 would have been strong. Joop is the next opponent. Let's play d4 against him. I'm not going to play e4. Whoa, what is this? All right, let's take that pawn. Completely confused by this line, so let's just develop. Don't think in 3 minutes. Just play moves. Do not think. Trade would be good for me because I get to protect this guy. I'm going to go h4. Just so if knight g6, I can always play h5. Seems like a good plan. Let's play the queen to d3, get ready for castle's queenside. Maybe I can throw my g-pawn down the board too against Joop. Now, I don't believe this for a second. I think they're asking for g5 and carnage on the king side. Knight b3, I mean, does that really bother me? King b1, as long as a bishop doesn't land on e4, we're good, right? Now let's do this. If takes, I'm just going to play rook g1, I think. You can play knight c5, but queen e3 should be good in that case. Yeah, let's go queen e3. So I'm playing in caveman fashion right now. He's going to check me on e4. That's his plan, to hold the knight. Yeah, here I can't take his knight because of bishop e4 check. Good point. I didn't calculate all that, but then again, I haven't calculated much so far this session. Bishop e4 check. Okay. Let's go here. King c1, knight b3 checkmate would not be good. Okay, let's go here. He can repeat now. Knight f5, queen g4. Okay, he's going to do this, so at least now I can do that, and he can't take because of queen g7 mate. Look at my position. My coordination is atrocious right now. It's almost comical. Okay, I think this is decent still. Let's do this. I wonder if he's going to play bishop c2, b3 ever. He's playing pretty fast so far. He must have heard me. I mean, I don't know that bishop b3 really achieves anything, however. Knight g5 or something else. Looks logical. Let's do it. Wants a swap. Okay. Let's go here, planning bishop d5. Hitting the rook, planning bishop d5. Now we get this rook in. Counterattack all of a sudden. I think I'm going to take that. Yeah. Takes with the bishop. F3. Let's go F3. He has almost a 2-to-1 time edge, though. So let's try to do something about that. I'm going to go here. If c5, rook e4 probably. Looks all right. Can I do this? Yeah, I think so. Okay, I'm going to sack the exchange. We're just going to play for activity now. This rook has to be careful where it goes. I think we can take here. Knight f5. Let's do this first. And then we'll go here. Very clever, this guy. Very, very clever. He sees all the tricks. I wasn't rating his initial play very high, but yeah, this guy, he sees some stuff. Give him credit. Okay, knight e3 he can play. Guess we'll go here. Try to push the c-pawn, if possible. Let's do that and try to go c6. Okay, now at least my bishop is attacking e3 as well. I'm very far down on time, however. I guard a3. He doesn't have mate. Amazingly. Check. I think I'm mating here. Check. And mate. What a ridiculous game. I can't even analyze that one. That game was absurd. Let's just hit 3. That was fun. Like, that game is a prime example of the difference between 3-minute and 5-minute with no increment. Like, 5-minute, I would be berating myself so heavily right now for the way I played that. But in 3-minute, I mean, I was just going with the flow. What can I say? Grandmaster Pashket is the next player. Next opponent, Pavel Kotzer from Kazakhstan. He doesn't seem to be there. At the keyboard, that is. He very well could be in Kazakhstan. I think in that last game, maybe I should have shut down his whole knight a5, b3 check, knight c5 idea. Likely there was a move or two that I played that was just over the top as far as the attack on the king side, playing g4, g5 so recklessly. If I would have expended one tempo on development or something, then I'm pretty sure I could have shut down his play on the queen side and focused on my attacking ambitions. This guy is really not here. He's not lagging. I can't abort the game. I just have to wait for his time to tick down. I am a little surprised that for the competition tomorrow, there haven't been more higher rated grandmasters. I think Wesley So is the top guy who isn't in the Blitz Battle Championship, and he is playing the qualifier. But beyond that, maybe I just wasn't looking at the whole list, but I would have expected some more guys in, let's say, the top 50 to enter. Don't get me wrong, it's plenty strong. There's tons of GMs playing, but I thought it would be a bit more top-heavy than it was. And I also wonder if they're going to pair based on FIDE ratings or chess.com ratings, because I think for an event of this caliber, it makes more sense to pair based on FIDE ratings. That would be the most fair. But they ordered that starting list based on chess.com Blitz ratings. Like, I was a couple places higher than Eric Hansen for some reason, even though his FIDE rating is probably 120, 130 points higher than mine. So we'll see what chess.com has up their sleeve. That might even be in the rules too. I haven't read every detail of the rules yet. Okay, so sorry to waste your guys' time for 3 minutes, but nothing I can do about this. I'm just stuck while this guy's time ticks down. I will get a boost in my rating, though. So that's nice. I'm 24-55 after that game. Let's get back in the pool. Maybe I can look at that game against Joop, even though I said I didn't want to analyze it. Let's see. Okay, so against Mr. Joop. Let's go back to the position after 15. Oh, we got another game. Okay. Aegon took. Let's play d4. From India. Let's play a London system. Not a bad line for a fast time control affair. See if he does something super aggressive or he just wants to establish his pawn out here on c5. Looks to be the case. Never quite sure whether to put the bishop on d3 or e2 against some of these setups. Let's play queen e2. Knight d7, angling for e5, so let's try to prevent that for now. It's like the only logical reason to do it. Now he will play e5. Okay, so let's take. This does create some weaknesses in black's position, however, so we'll see if we can take advantage. Like this diagonal is now open. If he could play bishop a6 right now, that would be nice for him, so fortunately he can't do that. I'm going to play simple, knight f3. Maybe he could take and then try to push for d4. That I didn't consider. So if he takes, I might have to take with a pawn, plan B. Oh no, take, d4, I have queen f5 threatening mate, so that's all good. Okay, where are you going, knight? And if I attack you with bishop here, let's play bishop d3, that looks safer, just so he doesn't hit us with bishop a6 plans. Might just have to bring the knight back to e5 or do that, yeah. So this knight could be coming in here. I'm going to take, even though that gives up my dark square bishop. In the interest of playing the position simple, we'll do this. And then maybe plan for queen c2. Let him figure out how to prevent that. I'm not even sure queen c2, queen h7, check, king f8 amounts to anything for white. He looks pretty safe there, but if it causes him to burn some time looking for a refutation or looking for a way to deal with it, then that works out for me. Does he have any back rank issues at the end of this line? He just might. Not quite, but it almost looks to be the case. So take, queen takes, rook takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. Can trade everything, check. He has king g7 at the very, very end. Can play queen d3 or queen c2. That's nothing, though. And also he can take on f3 if I take here. Take, queen takes, rook takes, bishop takes f3. Just looks very drawish. Okay, let's do this. And then play e4 next move. That's the new plan. I know that blocks my bishop, but I have created a isolated d-pawn. If I can put my bishop on d3 and set about trying to exploit that pawn in the long run, or maybe go e5 and even just play actively on the diagonal, my position still looks decent. He might want to play d3 and just try to open lines, but it looks like he will not. Okay, let's maneuver now. Looking for knight c4. Okay, let's do that. First of all, kind of feel like I should play g3. Yeah, let's go g3. Just to stop any bishop f4 business. Maybe he can withdraw this bishop all the way to b8. And then if e5, play queen c6. Bishop c8. I guess I have queen h5, but probably should not have allowed that. Time roughly even, approaching bullet territory. Let's see what he has in mind against this. I think I'd be okay with a trade, because after the simplifications, I might be getting to the 7th rank, and not quite. Okay, I'm going to trade, and then play this, and try to go after the d4 pawn. See if I can get a slightly better rook compared to him. Let's go here. There's some back rank issues I have to be wary of. Can maybe play bishop f3 now. I know, but I'm not getting mated anymore, so that's a positive. Always a positive if you're not getting mated, right? Okay, now his rook is in a weird spot. He's trying to hold the d4 pawn, but I don't think his rook is well placed on that square. So let's just play quick. Good moves. Rook coming into c7 next move. This loses material. Ooh, not quite. He tricked me. Clever guy. Okay. Let's do this. Let's just see what happens. I'm going to let him take h3, I suppose. Go here. He's down on time, so the onus is on him to try to survive now. But I think I might be getting... he can take and then play rook here at the very end. Rook c4. Okay, let's do this. Let's just see what he does with his rook. Now just an all-out time scramble. I'm going to offer him a draw. Yeah, looks like he was offering me a draw, so I just took it. Okay. So yeah, I mean, that's a scenario where some people will go for the flag, but I guess I don't have too many strong opinions one way or the other. Most of the time I'm going to give a draw there, unless they did something to anger me or have previously flagged me. Okay, Towinning is the next opponent. I'm going to play a couple more games, this one and maybe one more. Yeah, I feel like I could have played that last game better, but hard to say. That endgame, I'm sure I could play it better. Okay, let's play b6 and try to get the bishop to b7. I'm employing a double fianchetto setup against my opponent's London system. Same setup in reverse. Okay, and he does put the bishop on e2. Interesting. Let's go queen c7. If a4, I like a6. This is the usual reaction. So if they ever play a5, you can advance b5. That bishop on h2 does have a lot of influence, though. Let's play rook b8. I feel like that's some nice prophylaxis, maybe lining up against the queen. Oftentimes the queen lands on a3, I've seen in this line, but... Maybe bishop d5. Let's see if we can goad him into playing c4. I'm not sure that move is desirable to white, so let's see if we can get him to play it. And then maybe go here. Just look for a trade. He was threatening bishop takes a6 there. That queen is a long ways away from home. But queen a6, there's rook, or queen c6, there's rook a6. So rook b7 or queen takes, just trading seems normal. But I think I should go here. Just see where he puts this piece. Queen a5, yeah, he wants a swap. Let's go queen c6. We're going to keep some tension once again. Maybe in the future I can exploit that white queen on a5. For now, I don't see how to, but it's not out of the question that rook a8 in the future could attack it, and the queen will have no escape square. White can't easily play e4 either. Okay, rook b6. He's just going to be dancing with the queen. Maybe knight e4 next to unleash my dark square bishop. I'm thinking about b4 too, but if b4, white can always play c4. Let's play this. Open the game a little bit. Now here, psychologically, I've noticed that black is pretty safe. My position seems compact, secure. And white is spending consistently several more seconds per move than I am. So I don't feel a great need to like sharpen the play. That drops a piece. I don't know what that was about. It's a weird move. Because my rook is defended by the knight. But I was going to say that proceeding at this kind of leisurely pace would have been fine by me had white wanted to do that, because they were just burning so much time. I already built up a 30-second time advantage or so. Okay, so he's on this. Just rook b7 is easy enough. Just defend our knight. Get the rook out of harm's way too. Yeah, this is over. Okay, e4, I think bringing this knight up. g3 looks like a slip. I don't know why he would play that. It's not a logical move at all, so he might have slipped there. Rook d7. Rook b8. I think rook b8's all right. Let's do that. No worries on the back rank. We always have bishop f8 to block. White's just kind of stuck here. He drops his queen. Okay, let's play one more game. So that is one thing I'll try to implement tomorrow. Usually it's me who's hesitating and taking longer than my opponent in 3-minute chess, but if I notice someone who consistently is spending like twice the amount of time I do, like I'm moving in 1 or 2 seconds and they're spending 4 to 5 or something, 3 to 5, whatever, then I think it makes sense to just play kind of prodding moves, like slowly improve your position. Don't try to force the matter until you think it's really worth it to do so. Because, hey, your opponent's proceeding at a leisurely pace. The time control is not that long. So give them enough rope to hang themselves. They'll lose on time. I wonder what white was trying to play. I mean, g4 also drops a piece, so might have just been a pure slip, like they were trying to pick up some other piece. Maybe they were trying to move the bishop, play bishop g3. Even that's not too logical, though. Maybe they were trying to pick up the knight. I don't have a lot of people when I play d4, g6 playing like a London system against that, because technically black should have more options compared to d4, d5, or even d4, knight f6, because g6, bishop g7 is so flexible. The only thing you've committed to is a fianchetto, but you haven't developed your knights or pushed any pawns in the center, so you do have quite a bit of flexibility there. Medieval, oh my gosh, is this the guy? This might be the guy from one of my ill-fated streams where I got mated on h1. I know we were to never speak of that moment, but Anton, if you're in the chat, if you're in the chat, in the YouTube comments, can you confirm that this is the same guy about which you made more than one Photoshop, I think. I'd be curious to know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this guy got me real bad one time with a rook h1 checkmate when I was not expecting it. He went medieval on me. Okay, can I play e5? I think this is a position I can play e5. e5 take, bishop takes b7. He takes here, we take a8. Yeah, we win the exchange, don't we? Because this bishop is not protected. This is the point. If he plays bishop takes g2, we have e takes f6. Nice trick if you play this system for white. Yeah, he's going to take, so we're going to take here. He has rook a7, I guess, but maybe I could have played knight c6 in that case. Okay, so we're going to keep munching. Swap the queens. Maybe could have played b takes c3, but I feel better with the queens off the board in this setup. Okay, so my pawn structure is going to be kind of bad, but this is one price you do pay for going after the rook on a8, and it's not a bad price at all. So, okay, let's do this, so that if knight c5, I can play rook d1. That's my point, looking for a swap. And against that, I think I can go here. Or do I want to defend this pawn? Nah, I'm going to offload both my pawns, so he's going to get c4 and c3, but on the plus side, we don't have any weak pawns to babysit anymore. It's a nice bonus. Bishop d2. Let's just play bishop e3. We have the 2 bishops, so maybe we can terrorize him with those. I feel like he should actually try to neutralize one of the bishops. Rook c1 makes sense. Let's do rook c1. Look for a swap. Bishop d4 was also fine there. So he could take and then play knight takes e3, but he's going to go this way instead. Okay. Bishop c4, bishop b5. I'm going to take. And then probably play bishop c4. Bishop b5 is also plenty good, though. Oh, no, bishop b5 drops a bishop. Don't play that move. This guy's like in my head slightly because of what happened last time. Let's try not to let that bother us too much. Okay, so there he's threatening knight e2. We can sidestep that pretty easily. I think rook e1 is probably a safe way to sidestep it. Even bishop takes c5 is good here. Is it not? Yeah, bishop takes c5. I just get an immediate pass pawn. I like that. If knight e2, bishop takes, we're still going to be up a piece. So yeah, this is good. Thing is, his knight is kind of annoying, isn't it? I'm going to go here, though. Can try to bring his king over. King f8, king e7, etc. Let's start with king f1. This seems sensible. Might have to go bishop b3, a4, a5. I think that's how I'm going to have to do it. Not sure about this. g5, g4. He's restricting these pawns, but given how advanced my a pawn is, I'm not convinced he has time to do that. Let's just play fast, though. Knight e4, take f2. Not really a concern. Knight e4, I can actually play rook c2 just fine. Yeah, let's do that. Guard against knight d2 check, and also knight takes f2. The bishop can always come to c4. Let's get the king up. Let's go here. Maybe f5. Maybe he can just play f5 now. This endgame could be good for me, though, if I play rook takes e4 then. Do I really want to resort to that, though? He's not going to test me. Okay, let's go here. 27 seconds, so gotta hurry. Rook takes g4 check is coming, though. His knight is, like, stuck, too. Also, even rook takes b4 is becoming an issue. Yeah, let's check. I'm just going to play this. Save that guy. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Didn't see that coming. That was weird. What just happened there? Okay, let's go take this h7 pawn if we can. Now we're going to bring up our king ASAP. Okay, so we're going to win that guy. Let's put the bishop in here. I think he might be in Zugzwang soon. Oh boy. Who has less time, me or him? Oh, I just barely won on time. That was a lot closer than I would have liked. Okay, so I botched that endgame in many ways. That knight was so hard to tame, even when I thought it was dead on b1. You know what I was thinking? Just play rook takes b4 here. Rook takes b4, c takes b4, a5, knight c3, a6. But I saw that he has knight b5, just saving against a7. But my king is so close, I can probably play king c4 there and just walk up and go win his knight. So that was a simple way to win. And I just underestimated this. Like knight f3, look at that move. Now he's threatening my rook. If I take h7, he has knight e1 check, and remarkably, I just lose the bishop. If I play rook e4, it doesn't even guard e1. He still plays knight e1 check. So I feel like black was a little fortunate with some of their maneuvers there at the end that they came together. But hey, I mean, it was a messy position. One that I should convert, but black can put up some resistance, which he did. Okay, so I think our goal for this session was accomplished. I didn't experience crazy time pressure in too many games. Oh, look at that. Every single game was in the AECO code. That might be the rarest of the ECO codes, too. So if you follow ECO codes or know what those are at all, that's a strange occurrence. And I didn't lose a game. I had a couple draws and the rest were wins, so not bad. All right, so I am pumped for tomorrow. I hope you guys are going to watch the chess.com qualifier tournament with me on my stream. It'll probably be about a 2-hour broadcast, I would guess. And I will see you guys then. So rest up. All right. Bye, guys.